Suddenly, the Star Wars universe does not seem bleak. I'm trying to keep my composure here, y'all. I'm trying to, because I know in the past I've jumped the gun as far as my thoughts on certain Star Wars projects. Phantom Menace, first watched it, thought it was the greatest thing since Jesus walked on water. After multiple viewings, found out not so good. The Last Jedi, I gave it extreme praise. After a while, I realized not that great. So it's just something about Star Wars that just really gets me. And when I see it, and I just, something comes over me. But then when the hype dies down, when my adrenaline calms down, then I'm like, damn, it wasn't that good. So I am trying not to jump the gun here. But fuck it. I'm going to say what's on my mind at the moment. And later, if I have to go back and retread this shit, so be it. The Mandalorian. Holy shit. The Mandalorian, y'all. Look, this is just my thoughts, my first impression on this show. The first episode, all right? This is just my first impressions on it. I have not been this pumped by a first episode of a show since a little series that came out a few years ago. Maybe you've heard of it, called Breaking Bad. That's the last time that I watched the opening episode, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm loving this right now. I've reviewed Power, I've reviewed Snowfall, and this new Wu-Tang series. I enjoy all of these shows, but I'm going to be honest, the first episodes did not grip me, okay? Most series that I start, it's always on some, well, I'll warm up to it. After a few episodes, then I'll be hooked, okay? Typically, it takes me about 3 or 4 episodes to get hooked to a show, especially those Marvel Netflix joints. Let's be honest, man. Those Marvel Netflix joints are fucking slow, except for Daredevil Season 1. That's like the only one that really got me. But the rest of them are really slow. It's like, okay, maybe you'll start to pick up after a while. This first episode of The Mandalorian gripped me within the first 30 seconds of the show. The first 30 seconds, goddammit, as soon as this shit came on, I'm like, yes, yes. I'm a Star Wars fan, all right? Would I call myself a Star Wars fanboy? Somewhat. Yeah, I didn't read all the novels and the comic books, and I still got to catch up on Rebels and Clone Wars, but I am a huge fan of the Skywalker saga. All right, I grew up on them shits. They're a big part of my life. Return of the Jedi is my first memory, going to see Return of the Jedi. So I don't give a fuck, man. Star Wars always has a special place in my heart. But lately, it's been hard to be a Star Wars fan because, the series has been taking L's left and right. Even though they're still making lots of money. Say what you want about Star Wars, Force Awakens, and Last Jedi, those movies banked. So numbers don't lie. But as far as the content, what the fans are used to, it's been getting a lot of shit, especially with the whole Rise of Skywalker deal, where it's rumors, there's whispers that Rise of Skywalker had a shitty test screening, which I saw another video about it on YouTube. Come to find out, those were reportedly false. That's false news or whatever, fake news. But it's just been kind of hard to be a Star Wars fan lately because it's just been, it's all over the place. Man, The Mandalorian grounds this franchise, man. It grounds it. Jon Favreau is the savior, man. Jon Favreau right now, it's not Kathleen Kennedy, it's not J.J. Abrams. Jon Favreau is the Jesus Christ of Star Wars. He's the savior. Bow down to this man. This show was his creation, and he wrote this first episode. Man, this blew me away, y'all. This first episode blew me away. Like I said, I'm not going to get into spoilers. I'm not even going to get into plot. Just watch this shit, okay? This is for the people that have yet to watch The Mandalorian. If you want Rashad G Reviews 2 cents on this goddamn show so far, watch this first episode. I definitely plan on doing a spoiler review because I want to get more into the episode itself, because there's a lot of shit that I want to talk about. But, man, this it grounds it, it brings it back to the used future. Like George Lucas' original vision for the Star Wars universe is the used future, okay? Nothing really works. Everything's all clunky and dirty. And this brings it back to that. A lot of practical effects, not a lot of CGI, a lot of puppetry and shit. And I like that. I dig it. This is what Star Wars is all about. It brings a fresh take. It brings a fresh idea to this universe because this is a galaxy far, far away. So, yes, I want to see more. I grew up on the Skywalker saga, but I want to see more than just the Skywalker saga. I want to see this whole fucking galaxy. And it starts with this, you know. I never got to see a Boba Fett movie. This is as close as I'm going to get to a Boba Fett movie. Oh, man, I'm almost at a loss for words, y'all. This episode blew me away. So it has the feel of a Western. I like that. I like the tone of it. It has like a Western gunslinger type feel. Is set in the original vision that George Lucas had for this universe. Like I said, the used future. All right, a lot of practical effects. There's some CGI, but it's not annoying. And the right amount of fan service, the right amount of Easter eggs and nods and winks that is not overbearing. It doesn't hit you over the head. Like, oh, here we go, another. No, it blends seamlessly into the story. And you're like, wow, I remember that. I remember that creature from Return of the Jedi. I remember that thing from Empire Strikes Back. You know, I always wanted them to explore the bounty hunter world of Star Wars. And now I'm getting that. And I'm just watching this and I'm like, I'm dried out, man. I busted so many nerdgasms watching this episode, y'all. Like, look, yeah. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video because it seems like I get my most views when I review black shows and black movies. I guess most of my demographic that watches are black, and I'll probably get some shit for this. Like, yeah, he's praising Star Wars, but yet he wanted to shit on the Wu-Tang Saga when it first dropped. You're goddamn right. I call it for how it is, man. All right, I call it for how it is. As much as I wanted to love the Wu-Tang Saga, which I do dig it now, but let's admit, those first few episodes were shit. Fuck it. It is what it is. This here, from the beginning, from the jump, it's got me. I cannot wait to see more. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna end it. But listen, Mandalorian is that fucking show right now. And I'm only one episode in. I can't wait to see where they go with this shit. Only damper on this episode to me was in the credits when I saw the name Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy makes me want to throw up in my mouth. You know, Kathleen Kennedy's name should even be on. It's like, erase her, man. Jon Favreau did this, not Kathleen Kennedy. Jon Favreau is the Jesus Christ of Star Wars. He saved it. If George Lucas is God, Favreau is Jesus. And I'll argue with anybody on that. So anyways, y'all, check out this fucking show. I'm going to do a spoiler review later on, but I'm loving this shit right now. Yes, Game of Thrones could have been the GOAT, but it took me 2 attempts to watch Game of Thrones. 2 attempts. The first episode did not get me. It took me a whole season to get into Game of Thrones. All right, 1 episode of this and I'm hooked. GOT fans, give The Mandalorian a chance. I'm telling you, this is the shit right now. This is my shit right now. Word. So y'all, that's all I got for right now. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video. May the Force be with you.